All right, so we're here with the most hated snowboarder in all of North America, Michael Sears. Mike, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Doing good, Averin. We had a good pow day today out there at the basin.
You call that a pow day?
Alright, fresh 2 inches, but for me it was a pow day. I've been riding park all year, so fresh snow and falling snow for me be considered a good day.
That was chunder death. Let's be honest. It's kind of blinding. We were getting hit with pellets in the face. By and large,
Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots, the snow of the future, especially in Trump's America now that coal reigns supreme.
Yes.
How do you feel about Donald Trump as president?
It's kind of a touchy subject, as I'm not white.
True. For those that didn't
Um,
know, I might tell you that Mike is a Muslim snowboarder. He is not. He is actually Brazilian. First generation.
yes, very true. Right out of the rainforest.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So Mike should have grown up in a mud hut instead of in New Jersey.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually have pictures of my house, of my mud hut, at home, in New Jersey.
You're shitting me, right?
Nope, dead serious.
No.
Dead serious.
Oh my god.
Dead serious.
This opens so many more just jokes for later on. You're a fucking mud hut baby. Anyways, so this is a new segment for the podcast where I just try to interview people in snowboarding and whatnot. I've known Mike for about 2 years now, I'd say, give or take. He's worked on me with some projects. There's Mike and Averin Eats on the YouTube, which I've got to finish the 2 other videos. You might have seen him in the angry interview videos from SIA and the On Snows, Bull of the Woods,
Yep.
stuff like that. Mike's always been a good sport to me to go do any projects with me, which is really, really good. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring him on the podcast because, Mike, we live in a really interesting time in snowboarding where I don't think anyone that's sponsored really truthfully understands what it means in these days and times. And you have fully embraced the whole create as much content as you can and get it out there as widely as you can. So, you understand the whole, as a rider, you have to self-market. You can't expect someone else to do it for you.
Correct.
And because of this, you have a broader range of followers on social media.
Yes.
What can you say about that?
I mean, the game's definitely changed nowadays compared to before. A lot less people stick out because so many kids are just really good nowadays. So, I mean, self-promotion's really big. Getting out there every day and showing these brands, these companies that, it really kind of keeps them focused on you because then, you're out there every day, you're pushing it, you're pushing yourself, you're pushing the sport, and in the end, they want you to push them as well. So, I mean, self-promotion's really big, and a lot of people are really missing out on that. They don't really understand how important it is. They think, I want to get sponsored. Once I do, that's all I have. I don't have to really do much. I mean, there's even a lot of side things that riders do outside of actually just strapping in. Going for photo shoots, going and showing up at events, going and helping out even at demos, turn some screws. Making appearances like that also helps in promoting brands and really stoking people out.
True story on that. I've seen Mike actually turn a screw once. It was catastrophic. He stripped the head of it. The guy was screaming at him. It was awful. But no, in all seriousness, Mike actually is one of the better guys right now in snowboarding that understands the whole self-promotion and whatnot and what's going on out there. And you have this whole generation of kids that just grew up and feel so entitled to get what they have without actually working for it. Right. And I've encountered this just because through the product reviews and everything that I do that I always get next year's stuff. And they'll be like, well, how the fuck did you get this before me? And I'll be like, dude, I sell more boards than you off one product review than you do off your once a week update on Instagram or your Snap story or shit like that, whatever you're doing. It's like, you've got to understand how to sell the product. You've got to understand how to promote the product. I mean, one of the things that really you do really well is you get out there for Big Boulder and Zeal and Sims and everything and your brands that you work with. and you get out there, and I mean, I think it benefits that Big Boulder has a photographer that will go out there and work with you, and the fact that you hire your own media guy to follow
Yep.
you and everything, and most people don't understand that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I've always ridden at Big Boulder when I was home, and even growing up, I've liked to go there. And it was weird because I wasn't really associated with the team or with the director or anything like that. And I kind of got in touch with him a little bit more towards the end of last season, and he saw that I was putting out content there, and he got in contact with me, and we talked about getting on the team for this year. And it was weird because a lot of the team who was already on the team for a while was kind of just like, all right, well, who's this kid? Why is he on the team? Sort of thing like that. And I show up with 2 media guys. Not just one, not just my normal one guy. I show up with 2 media guys. If you guys don't know who they are, Reve Media on Instagram and Kai Stendel. And yeah, those guys just love to come out and shoot all the time. They love being behind the camera. They love trying to get new content and really kind of explore themselves and see where they can go with it. And going back to what I was saying about Big Boulder, like I show up with these guys and everyone's just like, oh, well, this guy comes with 2 of his media guys. And like now everyone's trying to film and like photo with my guys now, which I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's awesome. And like it's kind of grown a little bit of a more respect for me in a way. But I don't know. Like a lot of people don't try and go out and get their own kind of media thing. I know it's hard to come by. I know it's a lot of people don't like just being behind the camera all the time, but they're out there. I mean, you just got to look for them. And I mean, work with them. Communication's big and level, and just being on the same level. A lot of people aren't, and then that ends in bad relationships, and people don't want to film together anymore.
It's true. I've seen that one happen numerous times over the years and stuff like that with different people that I've worked with, and just how they get bitter and turned off. But in doing that, you're also working with the brands that you work with. I mean, that obviously has to tell them that this kid's serious, this guy's serious, he's out there,
Right.
he's creating content. Because I mean, I see Zeal reposting, I see,
Boulder.
Big Boulder is a big one. That's in part to Pat Morgan in there as well. And you just got on Candy Grind, so I'm assuming Aaron over there will be using some of your stuff as well. And occasionally we see some stuff on Sims here and there. And Tech Nine does your stuff too as well, because you do ride for their bindings and outerwear. And just seeing you out there doing that, though, I mean, that should tell anyone that's trying to be sponsored that, hey, you've got to go create this content, do this stuff, get everything going, move forward and whatnot. And we're in a time frame where it's like, a shitty photo from your fucking iPhone just ain't gonna cut it anymore.
Right.
Basically, you've got to be creating it, and you're a master of self promotion, which is amazing for me to see. And that's one of the reasons I like working with you, is because if I'm like, hey Mike, I got this stupid idea, you're 9 times out of 10 you're like, yeah, let's go fucking do this, and I'm like, yeah, all right, you got it. I mean, by the time this podcast comes out, you people will all know about what hashtag snoggles are, which is snorkel goggles. Mike and I spent the better part of the day today going around getting different photos and videos of him with a snorkel attached to his Zeal goggles for an April Fool's Day joke. So he and I were definitely behind the snoggles after the idea was pitched by one of the marketing guys at Zeal. But we went above and beyond today. It involved like Mike face diving into a wind lip, paddling out on his snowboard, getting stuck in a net, just different things. Did a little interview on the chairlift, stuff like that. So you guys will actually have already seen that by the time this comes out.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting day. Got a lot of weird looks, but people know what's up once they see the ad come out.
I think that guy in the Oakleys that said he loves Zeal is going to go buy some Zeal goggles.
Definitely.
So on top of all the self-promotion that you do, that you're really good at, and the fact that you hire your own media guys to go out there is a lot of hate towards you for some apparent reason. And I always try to tell you, fuck it, dude, let your haters be your motivators. I mean, if there's one person out there that knows how to get hate on the internet, it's me.
Right.
Because all I have to do is write an article and someone somewhere will want me dead. Or make a video or something. I don't really give 2 shits looking at you, Stan. And, it's one of those things. Like, you want to go out there, you want to create content, you want to do this. But why do you think you are the most hated snowboarder in the snowboard industry?
I mean, personally, I really don't know. Um, Maybe like a couple bad things that people have come across. For example, the NewJersey.com article.
Well, yeah, she misquoted you on that because she's
There's a
dumb.
lot of misquoted. Yeah, a lot of misquoted stuff on that. I don't know. I know that got people vibing pretty bad. Um, I don't really know. I think it's just people. It's kind of like the same people that just don't understand the self promotion thing. And they're just mad that I'm getting stuff and getting the attention that they want. They may go throw back three on, front three off. I'll admit to not doing that. That's fine. I'm not going to go do that. Someone, there's a lot of kids
Well,
out
back
there
three
that
on,
are,
front three off is the new double cork, in my opinion. If you
well,
can do that trick, whoop-de fucking do. Sorry, anyone that, if you kids out there that might listen or see this.
being back east, I mean, there's rail kids all over the place. So
Well, yeah, no, and then they come west and they don't know how to turn. So, but it doesn't matter. But, I've seen some of the hate that you got, like when Tech Nine announced their whole new team and you were
right,
listed on the website, and the amount of people going off about you and everything like that. And it just makes me believe that one, these kids probably suck, and two, they don't understand the self promotion aspect. And snowboarding's changed. We're all getting older. I mean, I'm going to be 35 this year. I look at it from over 20 years of snowboarding. You get older, you have to adapt. The game has changed. Pro models don't sell. You know, the top tier snowboarders. I mean, look at Frank Borg right now, the guy that just won X Games Real Snow.
yeah,
They won Rider's Choice and Reader's Choice for that, or Viewer's Choice, or whatever it was. They just put up something on Instagram and Facebook, just being like, tag a company that should sponsor Frank Borg. I mean, the guy doesn't have sponsors. He's gnarly and shit, and I mean, he gets out there after it, and there's a lot of hype behind him right now. And I think Brothers Factory does a really good job of promoting their guys. But you know, would a Frank Borg pro model from any brand actually sell? I don't think so.
I don't think so nowadays. I feel like at one time, yeah. I mean, years ago, like a lot, like I was saying before, like people stood out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's just so many good people nowadays. It's really hard, like the self promo thing. I just got lucky with it. I mean, it wasn't anything I really read up on. It wasn't really anything that, I was just, vibing other people and like checking out their stuff and being like, all right, well, this is what I should do. I should go about it this way. I just had a friend who loved creating content. I like creating content. I've never had really a self-dedicated filmer or anyone like that. So, when he was like, yeah, when you're moving back east, if you need someone, that was like, awesome. Great. That was pretty much what I needed. And, I really thank him a lot in a way because without that, I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at. So, it's just having someone just dedicated, I guess.
Well, there's that side of it, and you look at the fact that the industry has changed, and so you have to give
Yeah.
as much as you take, and
Yeah.
you have to be thankful for what you have. I think the other part is you travel an extensive amount in your snowboarding, and I've had people be like, how does Sears afford this? Like from going from Bull of the Woods to Woodward to Tahoe to back to the East Coast to up and down the East Coast, through the
Right.
Mid-Atlantic, and then you're traveling, going out to Vegas to a rail jam or something like that. And I don't think people understand. You work a day job. Like, you work so you can travel. I mean, you get a little bit of bonuses or incentives from your sponsors, but by and large, I mean, you have a day job.
Right.
And they don't understand that. On top of the fact, you have a fiance and a son.
Yes.
So, like, family man right here. But you look at this and you see all these people that are like, well, how the fuck why are they paying for him to go here and there? And it's like, they're not. He's yourself paying for it.
Right.
And that's another thing that I think people completely miss out on.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Definitely. I mean, it's not something I really go and broadcast. I mean, people ask me if I have like a regular job. I mean, yeah. I say, yeah, it's nothing to really lie about. I mean, it's not like I do get paid fully in a major contract way where I can do it. I'm not a contest rider, so I'm not getting contest rebounds. So, I mean, yeah, I just work all summer that I can and save up, and I kind of just financially separate everything in the beginning of the year and kind of just schedule everything as cheap and early as possible as I can. Because if you book flights and stuff earlier the better.
That's true. And I mean, just so people understand, Mike's literally sleeping right over there on my couch tonight after this. This is the, what, second or third time you've crashed at my place in the
Yeah,
last, since I moved in here. And, so that's why we can do this podcast and everything. But that's what I mean, you stay on people's couches, you sleep on floors, you do what you have to do. I mean, obviously going to Woodward is probably like going to a hotel because you actually have a room,
yeah,
it's one of those things. But yeah, you do what it takes to get done, and I don't think the people see that part of the struggle. And
definitely. I mean, a good example of that would be Big Boulder had a contest actually where you do tricks on rails and you get money for it. And before the contest had even started, I was out filming for the Sims movie, and me and my filmer were there, and I wanted to do this switch hard way on this flat down rail that they have, and I just wasn't getting it. And I literally hiked that thing, I could kid you not, at least 35 plus times. Tons of people saw me hiking it before this contest started. By the time the contest started, I was just, I was just so into wanting to nail this trick that I was so tired I couldn't even do the contest anymore. So my filmer, who actually also does some side work for Pat Morgan, does some contests, some other stuff, wanted to film the contest. So I was like, yeah, go ahead. I'm going to go get some food, chill out for a little bit. I'll come meet you back over here. Came back over and actually came through the top, and the contest was still kind of going on. And I hit that same flat down rail, and all I did was just front board it. And I didn't hear this, but filmer comes to tell me that since I did that, some other kids had to go start running their mouth because I did a lazy front board on this flat down rail and wasn't throwing down for the contest. And it's like, guys, I was out here all morning trying to land a trick that no one even tried. Nonetheless, I was doing a switch. And, like, I don't know, it's just things like that they just don't see. And, like, I don't know, it's just automatic hate. It's not like, oh, well, maybe he could have something, maybe it's like that. It's just automatic, straight to the point hate. Run their mouth.
which is so prevalent in snowboarding. I mean, one thing that I always see running angry and everything is I'll get people like, oh, I could do a website. Oh, I could do what he's doing. And get off your fucking ass and do it.
Right.
I mean, I'm almost 10 years in the game with just angry alone. 20 years of working in and out of shops and doing different things with people. But it's funny the amount of hate that you get from people. And it's usually just some douchebag that's jealous of what you have, which is fine. Whatever. You want to be petty and bitter about it.
Right.
That's your prerogative. I don't give a fuck. I'm over here making content for you guys out there. And someone obviously is listening, watching, reading what I'm doing. And it's the same thing. Like, your following on social media is really good. Like, you post a photo up and you're getting comments, you're getting likes, you're getting stuff like that. We see it in there. And, when you and I've worked on projects, I'm like, I think people, because you and I have a good relationship where we can bounce
Right.
jokes off of each other and shit like that. And it shows up, especially in the Mike and Avon Eats video.
Right.
Or Bull of the Woods. The Bull of the Woods interviews were funny as hell because you could tell I caught him completely off guard when I was.
Definitely.
And you just went. You're like, I gotta go with it. He's not stopping. And but you're game for that, and it's that silly, stupid stuff. For every one person that hates on you, there's probably 10, 15 people that are like, oh, I relate to this guy. Oh, I get what he's doing. Oh, this is awesome. I'm stoked on this.
And the thing that's funny about that is the thing that really keeps me going is there are people that are out there like that. I'll go to a random resort, and I mean, even here, like, I'll come here and someone will be like, oh, you're Mike Sears. I follow you on Instagram. And, like, it's great. Like, I'll have little kids that'll come up and be like, they won't even ride at Boulder all the time. There'll be kids from, like, Blue, Mountain Creek. You're Mike Sears. I follow you on Instagram. Dude, you're awesome. Like, I love what you're doing. It's awesome to see that Sims is back. I want to get some Zeals.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome to hear that, and things like that really tone down on the whole hate factor thing, which, I mean, I try not to let it bother me too much, but it's just, it sucks because I don't want to be that person in snowboarding. No one really does, but it's also kind of helped me in a way. So, trying to balance it out.
Oh, you gotta balance it out. I mean, shit, dude. I'm not even as angry as I used to be, according to some people. Except for that skier today that...
Yeah,
Fuck that guy.
seriously. Skiers. have a
Still,
little bit of patience.
It
Just a
still
little bit.
exists. The skier snowboarder thing still exists. Mike and I got full bore with it because some dude was freaking out because it took him an extra minute to get his pass out to get scanned today. Guy just started running his mouth, and finally I was like, I will end your day and end you. I do not give a shit. And all we heard after that was him go to his buddy, yo, don't say anything. We're done. We're done. And I was just like,
say anything.
don't run your fucking mouth, dude. Like, but it's.
It wasn't even like there was a line. There
was no one
line.
there. There was no one.
It was me and
there.
Avery, and there was like there was 4 lanes open.
This guy just sucked dicks with his butthole. Who gives a fuck? But you run into that hate anywhere,
Yeah.
So, all this hate that you think you're getting or stuff, I think it's just like a small minority, but you just keep hearing it enough that it's like, you're like, this is all I hear, and you're not totally seeing the picture that,
Right.
like this podcast is going to open you up to so many people that they're going to follow you on Instagram, which I'll put his link in the description below for the audio one, and you'll see it in the YouTube video and everything. But, fuck them, dude. Just that's where I'm at.
Yeah. No,
Snowboarding's fun. I mean, if it wasn't fun, I would stop doing it. So you're here in Colorado for a little while. You're staying with me for a couple days. You got some friends coming out. What are you working on? Anything big?
Project-wise?
Yeah, right now while you're here.
Nothing.
Just the snoggles?
Nothing really. The snoggles. Maybe get some shots. For out here, I'd like to. Maybe the next week, but nothing really right now. When I was down at Zeal, we were talking about maybe doing a summer project, do like a summer tour amongst the camps, whatnot. Do some webisodes with that. I know we did some last year. They were really fun.
Nice.
But we're not gonna have the same crew, so maybe we'll try and do something.
Do something different.
Yeah.
You're filming for the Sims movie, right?
Yes.
So just so everyone knows, Sims is doing a movie this year. They've got their team going out there. They were just team manager and a bunch of the team were out at the Tom Sims Retro contest out at Boreal, and I think a few of the guys are still like floating around here. And, it's gonna be like an old school Tom Sims type film. Like encapsulating the whole snowboarder lifestyle versus like these are banger ass tricks and like we're gonna put music to it and that's it. I think it's gonna be a little different and I feel like Sims resonates with that older audience that's like, yeah, all right, they're carving. I can go carve. That I've hit that cliff. Nothing major. They're not doing like crazy shit.
Right.
And that goes back to everything else. And do you think that people just hate on the fact that you're not out there doing the gnarliest shit on earth?
I guess so. I mean, it's like people expect like triple cork or like double cork every single solid way with a different grab, or like I don't know. I don't play myself off as being a major contest rider to go out and do that stuff. I mean, you have your film guys that sure they do still throw some doubles here and there, but I'm trying to go into the film game more.
Well, and that's the whole thing. I've always kind of viewed you as that everyman of snowboarding. You're like super relatable. You've got your set tricks that you're really good at. You'll do you've got some banger tricks here and there and stuff like that. But you're the guy that can just go out and ride and be like, this is what's in front of me, and I'm going to make the most of it. I mean, today you were spinning some of the sketchiest jumps I've hit in a while, and and that. But we were also hitting a couple features and just having fun, dorking around. Like buttering. We jumped off a really icy cliff and that hurt. And carving, doing stuff like that. But it was it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like, snowboarding. Like, if your board can move, you can strap in, do it. I mean, there's been plenty of times where I've driven up to Massachusetts, up to Vermont, and there's been, like, I'm going up there for a late season little rail get-together. It's a small little strip of snow with, like, 2 rails. But I will drive the 5 hours to do it if I don't have snow. I love snowboarding. I mean, it's what I love to do. If I can't do it, it's kind of a bummer. But I find ways that I can do it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'll drive the 5 hours to do it. I came out here after being on the East Coast, not having a whole ton of snow, leaving after days of rain and hard ice, came out here, and the snow was kind of chundery, but it was snowing out. It was softer than what I've been on pretty much all year, and like I said, just try to make the best of it.
Which we did. I mean, we definitely made the best of what we had out there today. I got to test a few boards. You got to get your legs underneath you, dive elevation, things like that. But I mean, there wasn't any point other than those stupid skiers that we were having a bad day.
Right.
So you can't really complain about that type of thing. And I mean, you're out here now. It's supposed to snow the whole time you're here, pretty much. So you're definitely going to get to ride some POW and whatnot.
Pretty hyped on that.
Yeah, POW.
I haven't really had a solid POW day all year.
Well, we'll try to get you some face shots and whatnot with that. All right, so you're riding for Sims. That brand's had a lot of ups and downs.
Yep.
I mean, I think they're having a hell of a comeback right now. So, you know, the boards are actually quality.
Yep.
I've ridden them. I like them. There's some good stuff. They're built by Never Summer down there, which is surprising because I hate Never Summer. But whatever. Fuck them. I don't care. And I can say that. You can't. No. But, you know, they're having a hell of a comeback. And you see what, like, Mark Vitelli's doing there with Hillary and everything. You know, Tom's passed and everything. But for those that don't understand, Jake Burton built the snowboard industry. Tom Sims built the snowboarder.
Yep.
And that's all the stickers that say thanks, Tom. It's not for necessarily his contributions to snowboard technology. It's for what he did to create the snowboarder image, the snowboarder lifestyle, and stuff like that. And, you know, he was able to adapt it over time, and he did what he could to keep the business going. And now the business is in a new area.
Yep.
We're in a new landscape of everything going forward with it. And I mean, how many people are actually on the team right now that are listed on the website with you? Isn't it only like 8 or 9?
Yeah, around there, 8 or 9, and then I'm aware of like some flow guys out there.
Yeah.
We got some guys in Tahoe. I heard recently somebody, I guess there's another guy back east, a lot north of me though, I think up in like New England area. So there's some heads all around, I guess.
But, you know, I mean, you know, Sports Authority's out of business, which was a dumping ground for years for Sims, so I think that really helps the brand. The distribution has completely changed, everything like that. So, you know, you guys are doing the team movie, you're doing all this stuff for it. You know, I feel that Sims is having a hell of a comeback, you know, but you're riding the product. I mean, you're out there. I mean, what can you say?
I love the product. I love the image. Like you said, Tom built the snowboarder and did a damn hell of a job. The only thing, I guess, that I could say we're really kind of having trouble with is kind of appealing to the younger crowd. I mean, I've worked some demos for them over on the East Coast, and it's definitely always the older crowd. Oh man, Sims is back! This is awesome! Like I can't wait. And I can't wait. Like they're just stoked, but like just trying to appeal to that younger crowd has been kind of tough. People come over and we're paired next to the Never Summer tent, and they'll come over and they'll see Never Summer, and I don't know. It's kind of tough. It's almost like they're kind of afraid to see the stuff. They might think of, oh, that's Sims. Like they make stuff I'm not gonna like, or they think
I think they're still hung up on that old Sports Authority image,
or maybe even that. But I mean, I'm saying like a lot of younger kids too. Like no one's really even brought up a lot of the Sports Authority thing to me. The only people that really have been like shop owners, shop people,
which is understandable. I think it's just because like Sims fell off for so long, you know what I mean. But it's a heritage brand. It's up there with Burton. You know, it's been there for 40 years, pretty much.
I think a lot of the thing that kind of lack too. I mean, like we had like Seth and stuff in contests, but we don't really have a lot of those that contest image. You know what I mean? To where it's really being seen a lot more.
Right.
Like Seth was in, do tours.
But
and
see,
stuff
I don't feel
that.
like contest kids sell product anymore. It's like, yeah, you might see it there, but I feel like social media presence will do way more for you.
I mean, their social media is definitely like exploded.
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Within the last year, since the return and whatnot. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people that don't know a lot about Sims, or nonetheless really a lot about snowboarding, they may go like 2 or 3 times a year. Like those kind of people are just like, well, I watch X Games, I don't see them on X Games, or kind of have a little bit of that motive. I mean, maybe not.
But those are also the people that buy a snowboard once every 10 years. Like I encounter those people too, and they'll be like, well, K2 did this back in 1997, and it's like, yeah, dude, 1997 was 20 fucking years ago. Get your head out of your ass, man. Shit changes. Every brand has done something bad and fucked up to snowboarding in some way, shape, or form, and they've also done a lot of good over the years. And you need to realize that going forward. And
not saying that no one on the team does not kill it to not get in X Games. I mean, everyone. We got Ryan Flaska, Seth, Aaron Goldbeck. We got a ton of heads out there.
Well, I mean, really... you guys dug up like Josh Feliciano. I haven't seen him since Back in Black.
And he's still throwing down. Like, did you see the shot of him that in Tahoe? I want to say it was like last year. Huge back three off this massive cliff that I can guarantee.
Well, didn't he
a lot of people aren't going to touch.
Didn't he just hit the Mount Rose road gap?
Yeah, after that motorcycle.
Yeah, accident. And he's coming back from a motorcycle accident where I think they put like a plate or something in his leg or something. You know, and I mean, this guy is serious. When he was coming up, I mean, Back in Black ought to tell you how long ago that was. That was like 15 years ago, and you know, he kind of just fell off the face of the earth, and then he's back, and I was just like, holy shit, I haven't seen that name in 10, 12 years. And then he went to Super Park, and I'm pretty sure that guy's like in his mid-30s.
Yeah.
You know?
Still throwing down, yeah. I mean, we do have kind of, you know, an older team, but guys are still out there getting it.
Well, yeah, on the team side of things, but it's so funny just like seeing Sims back in core shops, too.
Right.
It's just, you look at it, and you're like, holy shit, you know, and there's like that part, but I think there's a generation of kids that just don't understand the whole history of Sims. They only know it from, when I was starting, my parents bought me one from Sports Authority, or, my friends had it as a cheapy knockoff, you know, and it's like...
They kind of look at it as, I feel like Morrow or like those older brands that aren't around anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And
but I think that the Goodwood results, you know, last year winning Goodwood All Mountain with the Blade and Park with the Juice, I think is really going to help. And, I mean... They just did Goodwood a couple weeks ago out at Mount Snow. So, I mean, hopefully we'll get something again.
Well, did you guys buy advertising? Because that's all that matters. What? Calling it now. I know a few brands that got their boards back with no binding marks on it. What? Don't judge me, YouTube and SoundCloud and internet people.
Always got to be the difficult one.
I am the difficult one. Somebody's got to do it.
Well, either way, all I'm saying is there's people out there that don't know that.
Yeah.
And... You know, whether that's the case or not, but there are people that pay attention to that sort of thing. So, I mean, actually seeing Sims there when they've been there a long time, or ever really, I guess, I don't know. But, you know, I think it looks good for us in a way, as far as the comeback goes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. You guys are killing it. I think Mark stacked the team with the right people in the right places, and there's just a bunch of good riders out there and stuff, and the marketing is good, and I mean, the boards ride phenomenal. I've ridden them. I like them, you know. I've talked with Mark about it and everything, so it's good to know. I don't need to ask you about the Vegas thing. Do you want to talk about the Vegas thing? Let's talk about the Vegas thing.
I mean, we don't have to, but I don't know. I was just trying to come up with...
Let's talk about the Vegas thing. What happened in Vegas?
I got the nice old invite to do the Las Vegas Park Jam Downtown Throwdown earlier this year. Last minute. I think I might have been the last person invited. But somehow I got invited, and definitely got some backlash for that. As far as some hatred, some things, but I was there, people weren't, so that was one of the ones where I was just like...
Yeah, well, that was also the sketchiest looking setup I've seen in a long time.
It was, but, hey man, there's some money on the line, so why not?
Right, well, we all know.
Plus, it was good exposure.
It was. It's exposure.
It was, and actually, there was people out there who actually knew who I was. So that's another example for you.
There we go.
Self promo. I'm telling you, it's huge nowadays. It's a big deal. It's as a snowboarder, as any really action sports
and that's
athlete.
the whole thing. I mean, like, look at what Burton's doing with the whole Burton girls. They're sponsoring girls that suck at snowboarding, but they can sell a product because they have an Instagram following or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, hey, they're out there riding, so you can't hate them for that. And it's the same thing that I do. I mean, why do brands send me stuff? Because I can tell people and be like, yeah, this board is actually good. Go fucking buy it. Or this board sucks dicks. Don't buy it. You know, and vice versa and all that stuff like that. And we're at a point now where being sponsored isn't what it used to be. I mean, you know, we're ambassadors.
Yes.
We're all ambassadors to snowboarding in one way, shape, or form. I might vibe the fuck out of people. But I'm still an ambassador. Kind of like that guy at the basin this past weekend. Fuck that guy.
Always at the basin.
Dude, I don't know what it is this year, but it's like the kooks have just come out of the woodwork. So just so everyone knows, this is kind of
Apparently,
funny.
A Basin's turned to Mountain Creek.
Yeah, I don't know. So Sunday I was up at the basin and I'm riding, and I go and I'm like coming into some flat pow, so I just pop up front one, do a little pow butter, pop back around, and I look, and there's this guy standing there just watching me, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking weird. So so I ride through some trees, and I look back, and guys like slide slipping, kind of scurrying through the trees, and I'm like, whatever, dude. So I come down, hit a groomer, lay a Euro carve, go into the kiddie park, slide a rail, come down, lay another Euro carve, and go up to nose block on the side of a run. Homeboy is still like just coming right at me, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And he's talking at me, and I got headphones, and I don't know what the hell he's saying. You know, I'm just like, fuck you, dude. I don't want to talk to you. So I look at him, and I'm like, I'm out. Dip. Pointed all the way back to the pally chair. There's maybe a group in front of me and a group behind me and a single. This guy like snakes through the line, like catches up, snakes through the line, and he's just like on my shoulder and just like ignore him. Excuse me, sir. Just look over at him, just ignore him. Does it again, and he's like, I want to get on the chairlift with you, and I just look at him like, no. I'm in the zone, man. I am like doing Averin things, which if anyone doesn't understand, there's a lot of things that I do, and when I'm doing Averin things, you just don't ask questions, you just let me do it.
Yep.
I could be building a goddamn log cabin for all you know, but I was in the zone, and it wasn't busy. I mean, what the fuck? Sorry. And so I look back when I get on the chair, and he's just like making faces at me, and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. You fucking can't ride, and you're trying to ride with me. You look like a guy that's going to fall off the chairlift. That's a 2-seater. It's old as shit.
Yeah.
I've had my knee tweaked on that. I'm not blowing my knee out when I've got as much work as I've got to do for the next few months. Like, fuck that. So anyways, yeah. Basin. Fucking kooks, man. I don't know, man. That's fucking weird. But I tell people these stories, and they're like, what the hell? And I'm like, I don't know. This happens to me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he saw the angry sticker on my helmet or something and wanted to talk to me, but it's like, dude, I'm in the zone. Like, do not speak to me. I'm just no.
That story is more believable though than that chick apparently getting knocked out at North Star.
The mom?
That never happened. Yeah.
I talked to some people about that. I'm pretty sure she instigated the whole thing, but whatever. Snowboard parents, that's just a whole other topic.
That is a whole other topic.
Like, just. Especially right now because USASA is going on.
Oh my god, USASA.
USASA, it's like the Special Olympics of beer league.
Gremlins everywhere, just running around, little kids.
Jesus.
DIA was just a havoc.
Just going over to Copper right now, I just can't. I want to choke those parents. I want to be like, you're yelling at your kid that if he doesn't ride onto a box right, you won't love him. I snowboarded so I never have to deal with this shit, and I see you doing this. You're the type of parent that you're probably the same age as me. That when we were in high school, you used to call me gay. I know it. That's the type of parent you are, and I can't stand those people. And what's even better is when I have to talk to them about snowboarding, and I sit there and I just look at them and I'm like, we're the same age, but why the fuck do you look 10 years older than me? That's right, because you didn't snowboard back then. It didn't make you young. And I look at them and I'm like, and I look at their kid and I'm like, their kid looks cool. I'm going to go talk to the kid. Like, what's up, bud? Give him a sticker, give him a high five. Tell him to like bend his knees a little more. They're golden. Parents over there just like scowling at me and shit and won't answer their question. I don't fucking know, man.
It's usually those parents that just pay for coaching.
Oh, fuck, dude.
You love those ones. I know you love those ones.
Oh, my God. You have to have a coach to snowboard? Like, seriously? My brother was my coach. Pretty much, he would take me to the top of the run and be like, if you don't keep up, you don't get a ride home. And, like, my brother's an asshole. Plain and simple. This man made me run 3 miles in snowboard boots with the car door open, just driving away as I'd get close. So finally, I ran up and popped the hatch on his Subaru and dove in one time. But he would do this. He would legitimately leave me at the frickin' resort if I didn't. Like, he would drive away, and I'd be, like, running down the road with my snowboard under my arm, like, oh, my God, no! You know, just, like, this is the same guy that I'd be like, I don't know if I can hit that jump. He's like, oh, no, you got it. I can usually do it. You know, you just want to go straight, so you should go first. Then he'd come down, I'd, like, overshoot, be laying around with my shit all over the place, and he'd be like, I can't believe you frickin' hit that. I was like, I fucking hate you. I hate you. But in the long run, it made me stronger as a human and a better snowboarder because of that. But like these coaches, And I shouldn't say I hate all coaches, because I do have friends that are coaches.
Right.
I mean, my buddy Crowbar coaches
Josh.
for Mount Snow. Josh Underwood, Coach Cam. You know, they're good guys, and they can snowboard, and they get it.
Right.
But then I see like those Bud Keen motherfuckers, and they're just like, bend your knees, triple cork, Sochi. Progression. And I'm like, yo, man, maybe you should like teach them how to turn before they try to do a 720. I mean,
Right.
homeboy can't turn, but he can throw a 7. Like, that just makes no fucking sense. That's silly. People are stupid sometimes. But, you know, these are the things that I rage out about in snowboarding, which now that I've got the podcast and all these people are commenting and saying, oh, you seem so nice. I'm like, you've seen me like go bloodthirsty and like, I will kill you and eat your soul. And they're just like, ah!
Yeah.
That guy today.
Yeah.
That's a classic example. He was running his mouth till I was like, I will fucking end you. And he was just, oh my God. That was it. Right after that, when it was just, yeah. And 9 times out of 10, that's what fucking happens. Someone wants to run their goddamn mouth because they're fucking feel entitled or something. But
sometimes things have to get physical.
They should never have to. I hate it when I do that. I always feel like a dick afterwards, but whatever.
Sometimes they need it, though.
Sometimes they do.
Because they've never gotten an ass beat in their life. So.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like these the keyboard warrior culture.
Yeah, coming back to the haters, yeah.
It just goes out. It goes out there, but whatever. It's okay. Mike and I are going to go to New Jersey and ride Mountain Creek and just regulate someday. I'm just going to ride around and push.
Mountain Creek's open still.
Yeah, they're kind of there. Maybe we'll go to Action Park instead and ride and see if we blow our knees out or something.
Action Park.
You know they're making a movie about that?
Are they really?
Yes, it is supposed to be a comedy. Yes. They're actually.
Wait, I'm from New Jersey. I've never heard this.
They are making an Action Park movie, so this will be funny.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like regarding how? Like.
No, it's supposed to be kind of like Adventureland, but I don't know. Not as Adventureland. There's a shitty ass movie which I could go into a tangent. Oh, this is gonna be a comedy. What the fuck? This is a drama. God damn it! I was hoping to see stupid people get drunk on the Tilt-A-Whirl, but yeah, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But
could that go in one of those like Sharknado?
You know? Ooh, Sharknado 5.
the
Jersey Action Park Adventure. That could be. Whew. Have you seen the documentary on Action Park? It is like the amount of people that came forward to talk about getting their arms and legs broken there. Dude, like, I want to go there.
Heard the story.
I want to go.
You've never seen the stuff?
No,
dude.
It's been closed down. I guess it's reopened, but I want to go.
Years ago. Dude, I don't know, man.
I want to go because that is
gnarly.
The loosest. Like, I love loose things that have like zero fucks given in regard to human safety because I'm part of the No Lives Matter movement and I love seeing people die.
That's as zero as it could be.
Oh my God, that's Darwinism at its finest. Oh well. I'm going to jump off and swing on this rope over this pit of crocodiles or whatever. Oh, the rope's 5 feet too long and I'm going to hit the ground. Fuck it. Slam. Yeah, fuck it.
My arms got ripped off.
Yeah, exactly.
Water slide.
Good old New Jersey.
How about Xanadu? That should be opening. They announced that should be opening up soon over the...
The only way I'm going to Xanadu is if we will listen to the whole Xanadu soundtrack while we're there from the movie from the 80s with Olivia Newton-John. I'm talking like afterwards, I want to go roller disco boogie, kind of like Nate from the Not Snowboarding podcast friend, Paul Horning. That dude's down with the roller disco. So
roller disco.
Yeah. So anyways, we're going to finish this up. Thank you, Mike, for doing this podcast with me. Hopefully you get some more people that are motivated by you being motivated and less haters. I'm probably just going to get more hate, but I don't give a fuck about this at this point. I'm going to keep doing this shit until I die. I mean, fuck, man. I'm
Irrelevancy.
Irrelevancy. Most irrelevant snowboarding site on the planet. So anyways, if you don't know about it, check out the Snoggles edit that we're going to put up, or that we will have put up already by the time you see this. Zeal will have some stuff coming out. You can follow Mike Sears on the gram. You can follow me on the gram and the whole website and my crew on there. Thanks again, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.